We live now. Oh, okay. I think we're
Come on,
live now.
YouTube. We are live. Yes.
Yay! All right. Welcome back. If you were here for like day one, and welcome to this period. If you were not here day one, we are here to tier rank the Christina C. Jones universe. And we decided to break it up by location. So day one was Blackwood, and Sugar Valley, and today is everything California and Vegas. And this is, and let me first introduce myself. Hi, I'm Khadijah or Deja Bree by the channel name, and I am joined by my lovely co-host.
I am Mercedes, or also known as MJ the Little Girl. How y'all doing?
Good evening. Happy Black Love Day. I think it's serendipitous that we are doing this also on Black Love Day. When we plan the dates, we didn't pay attention to that. Not at all.
No,
Um
child. These were just my off days.
no, okay. That we like, let's come together. Let's come together. And yeah, so how we have this set up, y'all. I think we have this from rating from 3 stars all the way to 5 because we do not believe that CCJ can make a bad book. And so I think if I remember, because I wrote it down where I put in my calculator. Last time, oh, it didn't save. I don't think it saved. But last time I think we ranked 30 something books from Blackwood. I think it was like 33 or something. And this time it's only 20 something books.
Mhm.
And let me tell you something, friend. It's a little hard to find all her books in one place because both websites are not fully updated. But luckily in
Yes.
Storygraph and Goodreads that we trust, because you know what I found on Storygraph that someone actually counted it was, do you remember after The Truth and the Lies that she did Gia's story? Gia's
Mhm.
like Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve or
Yes.
Christmas. Yes, I forgot about
Yes.
those.
It's on her website.
Yeah, under her blog and with Simple Sunday stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna have to reread those because there's not, it's like available, but I don't know if
Yeah.
she counts that
It's been a
officially.
minute.
I don't know if she counts that because I was like, I
I think she.
remember.
Sorry, I'm like, I think she does because she's posted it before, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm. Because if that's the case, she is most definitely, I think, already at 100
Hmm.
versus, but I don't know
Her
if she,
official, I was gonna say her official count via my Kindle is 97.
oh, she right there then. She right there. But if you count all her shorts,
Hmm.
she over 100. But I don't think she's counting all her shorts. I don't think so.
Hmm.
So, Christine, you let us know.
That's a good one. Right, right. Because I was gonna want in fairness too, because she has because if she counts shorts, it would have to be you would have to be very careful about the shorts that she counts because there was a time Hostile Takeover was under a different name.
Yeah,
And the
and
girlies
yeah,
who remember.
yeah, yeah. It was
It
a
was a
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving
short.
novella.
Yeah, it was a Thanksgiving short.
Yeah, I'm like it was the girlies who remember who been down with CCJ for a little minute. Remember, that's a short that you got to be careful which ones you count where.
Yeah, and so I was looking because, like, and you know what? I was surprised when I looked at like the list you sent me. Wonder is California. It's just dystopian. So I have it under here.
Yes,
So, and then I almost
yeah,
forget.
that's what I was.
Yeah, I almost forgot WAWG, and I really liked that series. And that was I almost forget because I was like sitting here just going by like what was on there, and then something said check your story graph. And I was like, how could I forget? It's like, and I think it's because like she came out kind of back to back with like Blackwood, the Blackwood After Dark, then WAWG, then Friction, all came in like one heap, and then boom, Private Agenda, then boom, Free Agent, then boom. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. I almost forget those, which is crazy because I really enjoyed them last year, and I think last year was like the first year CCJ was not in my top 10 of the year, and I was kind of sad about it. I ended up reading some really good bangers, but I read every genre, so that was the first year.
No, that's fair. I'm trying to remember what I read last year. I'm trying to remember what I
You
read
read
last
like
year.
300 to 400 books
I
a
reread a
year.
lot of books. I do. I read a lot. So, and then Kindle doesn't count your rereads, and so a lot of times I will be rereading books. And so, like right now, not to brag on myself, but to brag on myself. I've read 218 weeks in a row and 691 days in a row. So I'm like, your girl's consistent with her reading. I reread a lot of stuff, so it don't count that.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to figure out a way. How do I want to count rereads, especially when my rating changes? Like, and so I'm trying to like figure out how do I, because I think like, yeah, Storygraph has the paid version where you can kind of count rereads. Like you can set it up to where it counts. It now has a thing where you can reread, but like if I'm rereading but with a different edition, it counts it as a new read, not a reread. And so I'm like trying to figure out like maybe I don't know, but we done like went off of outside of like the point of this live, and
Just
like
so y'all know, I'm looking down because I'm trying to find. So just so y'all know, I sent Khadijah something because I'm a part of CCJ's Patreon, and so I get a lot of exclusive things. She
mm,
sent, and I get stuff off of her website also. She sent a book or a little update on in development. So what Khadijah is referring to, and she sent this in November of 22, which is what the year I was trying to get. So I know we can put it out there. She sent something in November of 2022
mm.
what she had been working on, and this is how we were able to pull from her universe. So just so y'all know, and y'all have an update as to why we're able to pull this and why we're pulling from Kindle or Storygraph and Goodreads versus her website, because
Mhm.
she gave us a gift of having her universe in something, but it hasn't been updated since 2022. So
Yeah, girl, cause believe it or
just
not,
want to let y'all know.
I almost forgot my favorites. I almost forgot Raised by Wolves and No Longer Afraid until I get on story. I said, cause I was looked. I
Exactly.
said this Vegas stuff looks short. Vegas is deep. Like, is it as deep as Blackwood, Sugar Valley, and Mahogany Heights? No one is as deep as Mahogany Heights.
No.
Nobody's as deep as
Now,
Mahogany Heights.
speaking of,
Come on, Heights
I'm
shirt.
wearing a Heights. These are all the businesses. These are all the businesses of the Heights. Cause I'm a Heights girl.
Yes.
If you haven't heard me say it the first time, I am a Heights girl. Okay.
So
But
yeah.
I think Vegas is gonna be tough, friend, because Vegas is some of our favorite books.
Correct. And my man is in Vegas.
My
People
man is in Vegas too.
listen. And like
Ah,
and so, everybody like, oh, big book boyfriends. I only got two book boyfriends for real husbands. I got Kingston. I got Kingston. And then my other one is under Casey Mills. Who else have you heard me talk about?
period.
So
Jonas dear, or Jonas dear, because don't get her started.
mm,
Don't get her started on that book fan.
yeah.
No, you know
But
what? I have too many because I'm trying to think. There is blue. It's always gonna be blue carrot. Say what y'all want, but Brandon, aka Blue, the president of the MC club. He gonna be one of the ones for me. And it's funny because CCJ cannot stand him.
I
She's like, I don't
listen.
know how I wrote that. I'm like, girl,
I'd be like,
you wrote him for me. It's okay.
especially how he acted, how and no longer afraid and raised by wolves. Boy, please. We'll get to that first. Let's go and jump in because this is how everyone's gonna get the story. I think we should start with the two that I don't remember: chasing commitment and finding forever.
I'm screaming. I remember them, but
Let's
it's
see.
been a long time since I read them.
Okay, let's see. After rejection from a longtime crush throws him off his game, this came out in 2014. So this story is 12 years old. Brandon Jensen decides that maybe it's time to start a new one with the beautiful Nadia Clark on his team. So this is California. She's just right for what he has in mind, quiet and laid back, while still being undeniably energetic and appealing. But there's a reason behind Nadia's reserved nature. She's starting over, and while something casual with Brandon seems like a nice distraction, it's just that, a distraction. Neither of them went into this thing, whatever it is, looking for the type of unspoken connection that they find. Nadia is trying to build a life, and Brandon isn't interested in chasing a commitment until it starts to slip away. I read this in July of 2022. Baby, I don't even know if it's even available for on Kindle Unlimited.
It is.
It is.
Oh, on Kindle Unlimited. I
Yeah, I
don't
cuz
know. It's a good
I don't
question.
have KU anymore. So I don't know. I don't think it was because I would have read it last year. I would have reread it last year cuz
No.
I reread all the roses last year. Oh no, I did
Mm,
all the roses based because they were at the library, not KU. Never mind. But chasing commitment. Apparently, I rated it 3 stars. I'm not opposed to rating it 3 stars, right? Because I just don't. And we haven't heard these characters. Your thoughts, if you remember
you
it.
know what? And gonna be I was gonna be generous and say 3.25. But I'm okay with the 3 star. I feel bad because I would have to go back and really I feel like I'm doing them a disservice by not having read them in so long. But it how about this? I'm gonna say it like this.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tougher category to be in because
Yeah,
these are some of her like our favorite bangers.
correct.
These are some of our favorite bangers. This is a little harder category. Like they could have escaped a little bit more in Blackwood and Blakewood, maybe,
No, because we was a little
or
that was stacked
that,
too. Some of the favorites didn't even make it to 5 star. I mean 4 stars.
I mean, maybe in
Maybe if it was
Connecticut
under
also, or maybe in
like if it was in a category putting like Connecticut Kings and stuff in later on, maybe it would made it in that one.
oh, maybe.
And
Yeah,
then
3 stars is fine. I do. You know what? I'm gonna put that on my list to reread.
I'm finding forever. They have a blurb on Storygraph, and I apparently I put it at 3 star. Oh Lord. Okay, well let's put that on our list to somehow reread this year.
Yes,
We're just gonna
because
both
we are
put you
doing
at three.
those. We might be doing those.
I'm so sorry.
Hold on, because I have the books. And this is actually book one. So book one is
Find it forever.
after her latest ill. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna read it to you. After her latest ill fated attempt to find a forever relationship of her own, Tori Kennedy is content with connecting the dots for others, bringing them together in pursuit of lifetime love. Fresh off the demise of her marriage, she decides to take advantage of an opportunity to do something a lot crazy and heavily influenced by an overload of emotions. Thinking that her impulse decision and its disastrous results are behind her, Tori moves forward with her pursuits with her pursuit of a happily single existence until her best friend contacts her with a request that places a constant reminder in her life, Avery. Avery Anderson is the epitome of the kind guy your mama will warn you about, the kind of guy your mama warns you about. Handsome, successful, charming, and not at all interested in being roped into anything that resembles love. Tori ending up in his bed doesn't surprise him at all. It's just what he does. But his feelings afterwards, that's another story. Okay, hold on. This might be cutesy. This might be cutesy. Yeah, we're gonna have to read this later. See if we change our mind at a later date.
Okay, cause what you know, I'm okay. Let's see where we should go next. I think we should get some of the like individuals out the way next.
Yeah.
Um, I'm going to fight for Wonder. I'm going to fight for my girl. Wonder is the only one that is post-apocalyptic dystopian. It is a retelling of Alice in Wonderland. It is still black. It is still gritty. It is romantic suspense. And this is one she has visited recently, and I would like to take some credit for this because I was on a live with her, and I she was talking about because I somehow it got brought up or whatever, and I was just like, how do you plan to connect Wonder? I think you should use the blacks to connect Wonder since they're immortal. Because I really want to figure out what y'all why y'all didn't stop the apocalypse, okay? But they were all the they all the way out in Blackwood, so they may be good. But because Wonder is California, but she started talking about how she had this idea for a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I think that's what she's writing now to help connect the world. So, anyways, Wonder is that girl I have recently reread it, and I was like, this is really solid. I think it's one of her underrated ones. I think it's really good for people who like sci-fi and dystopia to be introduced into Christine C. Jones and romance. Period. Um, so that is my way of saying it needs to be at 4 stars or 3.75 stars, but I think 4 stars.
Need I remind you, I was pushing for you to read it. You would not listen to me. And then when you read it, you were like,
Because sci-fi is very hit or miss for me, and we said
and so
dystopian.
when
I was
you,
like,
I'm like, I fought for Wonder first because I said Wonder was that girl. Let's not
so we
play.
agree then.
But okay, here. I honestly think Wonder's a 4.25.
Mm.
And my reasoning being, as a black romance author
Mm-hmm.
who pours into as much as she pours into her characters and the world building that she does. We've talked about this the first time we did this. She's really, really big on world building, which is why her books don't need to be short. As somebody who built an entire world and took on Alice in Wonderland as a retelling without telling the story of Alice in Wonderland, making
Mm-hmm.
it her own, I think her first jaunt into this was widely successful. You put this in comparison to some of the the black romance sci-fis, the romanticities that are kind of happening, and I think that she's knocking some of the big girls out of the park.
Baby, because when I say I'm about to talk some mad cash and put this in my channel, and that's what I can do. You ain't gonna be my ass. This Wonder came out in 2019 according to this. I'm sorry, the audio came out in 2019. I am not sure. I think everything came out 2019, digital, paperback, and audio. So I have mostly interacted with Wonder via audio. So with Wesley Shaban and Sean Christian. And like I said before, I am a big fantasy girl, so I tend to read fantasy with sci-fi or anything. And with the amount of black authors coming into the traditional publishing landscape, y'all not doing it. Y'all, yeah. And so when I see so much hype of some of these authors and their mediocrity in the trad publishing game, I'm baffled. And I'm a person who, gets art, physical arts. I request physical arts from publishers, and I do reviews, and I'm a word of mouth girl, so I'm not always posting on social media, but I'm an extrovert, so I'll be out and about. And and the girls are just aren't doing it. Yeah, there was a waste of 400, 500, 600 pages of tree and space in Barnes and Noble. And so I have to agree. I have to agree. And it's crazy because I'm looking at my first rating of this on Storygraph, and I put it at 3.75. In recent reads, author friend of mine, she's a writer. She's writing a YA utopia. She even she read Wonder, and she actually used it as one of her comps because she liked the retelling and the story building of it. And this
Hmm.
is, a woman who is award winning. So I'm like, y'all, you're sleeping on Wonder. It is good. It is different. I
It
think
is.
it's a palate cleanser for people who are tired of reading the same old in any genre. And that's my stitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm just, I it came out at a time, and I just want to shout her out for this because she wrote this during Trump's administration, Trump's first administration. Um,
mm,
Relevancy to what we've been facing since he's gotten out of office, and then the time frame of him being in office and today, and the landscape in the world, and I mean, and Parable the Sower being as popular as it is now, considering people are going back and reading it and reading what Octavia
mm-hmm,
Butler was saying in 1993. And so a connection back to a niche space, and say what y'all want. Romance is a niche space. Not a lot
mm-hmm.
of people in the game are looking at romance, and it's a vastly huge genre.
And it's
Do not
also
get it
like
twisted.
hugely political too.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. And so her jaunt into that, and the way she was able to take that, and you can read that message, but not be the focal point in the forefront of the message of the story. You get a great story, you get some other things in the background. So you know what, I'm not gonna put too much on Wonder. You probably just need to read it. If you out there watching, read Wonder. And if you've read it before, maybe read it with some fresh eyes and some new information. I think my girl is a 4.25, and that's me being stingy on the ratings because I know there's some fives up there. But
Mm-hmm.
Wonder is really that girl, and for
Mm-hmm.
this to be her first sci-fi paranormal esque book, baby, she knocked it out of the park.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. I was also gonna be petty and say something about people talking about Octavia E. Butler. I said y'all read the book and still didn't get active in your local. I said that she just had political foresight. Anyways, next,
Don't go there.
next, let's do another a mutual beneficial arrangement.
Ooh.
Another underrated one y'all be sleeping on. Because I was like, people, I don't see how people love behind the scenes and don't like a mutual beneficial arrangement because they pop up in behind the scenes. The
You gotta
friends.
you gotta get that. You gotta get that. Look, these little small little one-off books that she wrote are connector pieces. You gotta look at how I look at. I'm gonna liken it to this. How I look at CCJ's world is all of these are Lego pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them paint one full picture. Some of them paint a smaller picture. They're Lego pieces. Some of these connectors connect different worlds. You need those connectors, and that's a connector. And I think it's a really really good quick erotica.
And it's not even necessarily quick. Is it quick?
It's not quick. It's not quick. It's
And
just,
and that's what I'm
but
saying.
it's a
It's a
novella.
good BDSM, political BDSM for sure.
And I would like to go on air and on record in saying she needs to write a couple of more of these eroticas. Her pen game is strong. Look, let me go on a rant real quick.
Because we need erotica. I don't want sluts. I want erotica.
Let me go on a rant real quick. CCJ,
Mm-hmm.
if you ever watch these or watch these videos back, please, sister, let me talk to you real quick. You can write in any romance genre and effortlessly win. And I need you to start making the girls afraid again because they're not writing, sister. They're not writing. And I need you to go put yourself back on the market because the girly pops are not doing it the way you be doing it, sister. So I need you to go ahead.
But also take your
Get it. Get
time.
it.
But
I
also
mean,
take your
take your
time.
time.
So when you come out, you on next. So take your time because I know you're writing that Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I know it's gonna be I know it's gonna be nice and nasty and what the girls need.
Take your time. I mean, I'm not knocking the girls because some of these girls have bangers. Some of these girls have wrote some bangers, but my sister in Christ, let me tell you, your pen game is immaculate, and I need you everywhere.
And you know
And
what
that's just me being selfish.
and you know what I enjoyed about a mutual beneficial arrangement. And actually, this is why I mostly enjoy about CCJ. Most of her female leads are mid to plus size, right?
Mm.
They
Yes,
tend to be
yes,
brown and dark skinned. And what I enjoyed about mutual beneficial arrangement, we have a mid size to plus size female main character getting
yes,
loved on,
yes.
right? Like being desired, not only lusted, but like being loved on,
Like in.
and the sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's yeah. I was just like I think yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I do think mutual beneficial arrangement needs to be at the
I think it's a 4.
yeah.
I think it's a 4.
It's one of the ones I own actually. I need to actually own it physically or all of them, all of the ways to be honest. Because I think the first time I read it was ebook and then I listened to it audio.
What
And
I
here's my beef, CCJ. Have
go
everything available on your site. I don't give a god dang spit about Amazon.
I was, and it was so funny because I was just about to say I own all her books on Kindle, but for years, I'm like for 12 years, all I've been reading is on Kindle. So all of my books
Mm-hmm.
are on Kindle. I have over 1,000 books that I own. I think I'm out at almost 2,000 books that I own on Kindle, and I want to my physical library, and most of my physical library is her. I'm like,
Mm.
I have a huge selection of CCJ that I want to kind of convert over to physical. Or if I have some digital copies, I want to get off of Kindle. But I literally, that's how I knew that she had 97 books. And some of
Yeah.
these are like not, maybe she's at like 95.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these books are, some of these are not the actual books, they're PDF
Yeah.
uh, things that I got from her Patreon.
Yeah, because I think by the time because like I said, I get introduced to CCJ through audio with inevitable seduction, and that was through the library. So like a lot of my stuff I've read through CCJ is through the libraries, and so and I don't put everybody on my book space for bangers, 4 stars and up, and even still some of them cannot be on my shelf. There would be signs that I have money if for somehow I have all her books.
Hey, listen, CC
Somehow.
is up there with Beverly Jenkins for me.
Okay?
And those who know me in
Collecting.
real life know Auntie Bev can do no wrong in my book.
I'm
So
trying to
that's
tell
my
you.
dog. Me and CCJ, we go together real bad. That's my girl. So I need to expand my physical copy. CCJ, please, if when you have your paperback sale and I get some disposable income, sister, I'm coming to clean up because
I think she should do a huge Kickstarter. All her books. All her books. Yes.
I'm with that.
Make
I'm
a
with that.
lick. Make a lick,
Yeah,
sister.
yeah,
Make a lick,
yeah,
sister. But
We just
do
be
it,
putting work on
but
her.
do it after the Creole Witch. Do Act 3.
We be putting work on CCJ.
But do
We be
it,
like, okay, but do this.
but do it after Act 3 of the Creole Witch. So
No
2027, I
fair.
got you. 2028.
Period.
No, for
Period.
real, and maybe that's the way she's thinking about with celebrating 100 books. Maybe that is something she's thinking about. How can she have all of her books available, audio, ebook, and paperback for those who do
Mhm.
want it? Because most of the books are already ebook and audio. She owns them.
Yeah.
And so she just said, but paperback is what people want because everyone's getting back to the physical. Girl,
Mm-hmm.
this is a short category. We can yap about other things. Okay, relationship
Yeah.
goals. Relationship goals is
Oh,
underrated.
that's up there for me.
Same,
That's up there
same.
for me. Oh, that's tough. Where am I gonna put this at? Because I live for them. I remember when I was working at the airport, that was one of the first things I said. I was like, CCJ, ain't no random man came up and kissed me yet. Like, I don't know how I feel about working at the airport.
Um, because
What do you think? You got to tell me, and then I'm gonna go off your
I
vibe.
think, to be honest, I think it is up there with a mutual beneficial arrangement. I think it's both. It's a 5 star. I mean a 4 star. And so I think that was my introduction to Alex Monroe and Miles Washington.
Ooh,
Um, as well. So cause I own it on audio. So I think it's a 4 star.
I'm with that. Also, shout out to the audio readers. Shout
Fire.
out to audio readers. We love
Fire.
y'all. We love y'all.
And the last single one is behind the scenes.
Mm.
That's that's to me a 4.5, 4.75.
Sister, I was gonna put it at a 5.
Oh.
That is one of my favorites, but I can see it. I'm okay with it being a 4.75. I think this is one that I always go back and I recommend to people. This is I don't know, it's one of my favorites. I have a true attachment to that book. I love that book. I love the audio. I love the physical copy. I have the physical copy. I love reading it.
You know what? I actually can't see this as a 5 technically.
I'm like, I'll
Because you
be,
get everybody. You get Des the lawyers. I think
yes.
you get Nubia popping back up. You get It's the Connector. Behind the scenes to me brought in it's crazy to say the new generation of CCJ. It brought in No Longer Afraid, Between the Lines. I think I for to me behind the scenes triggered the even bigger push for her, for her to be very popular.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what that came out in what 2019, 2020? When did Behind the Scenes come out?
A good question. Let me look.
I don't know why I be pushing her books back, child.
2020.
2020. Because you
Mm-hmm.
know remember after that we started getting New Heights. We get No Longer Afraid. It just feels like behind the scenes, whether she knew it or not, introduced kind of the new face of CCJ that really stamped her who she like is. Because I'm like, we can even see it by the covers, right? The covers of the books change after behind the scenes. Um, and I do, and this is me being shady again. Listen, stop doing fan castings of Logan Byers as a skinny bitch. I am a smaller woman myself. I'm average size. Okay. Logan Byers is a plus size woman. The reason why she's not, she sees your fan castings, but she's not going to share it because y'all do not understand that she is a plus size woman. That was one of the main conflicts in behind the scenes. Logan is brown skin, plus size, with a good Bobbiana.
Good old Bob.
And
He had her
so
right.
that is a disservice to being a CCJ fan and not understanding the dynamics that she's putting in the books for black women, particularly black mid-size, plus size women to be represented. I even have beef with that. That's why I feel like I can't do a fan casting for behind the scenes because okay, who do I see on social media that can be as anal as Logan?
That's a thicker body.
Let me know. Let me
Mm.
know. And we're not doing AI.
No, that I can see. I know who's competitive. So because funny enough, I was gonna tell you this last video. My fan cast
Mm-hmm.
for the Wright brothers, like I got some of the women of the Wright brothers,
Okay.
and it's really just Devin. I'm like, but Amber Riley's too short. But I'm like, Amber Riley would be a perfect Devin. I'm
Yeah.
like, if she ever decides to make a movie out of any of this, Devin, I'm like, Amber Riley, come get your role, sister. 'Cause I'm like, she's perfect for it. But as a mid to plus size woman who could really play
Brown skin, Bobbiana, like very Virgo coded.
that's youthful, because you have to think Logan is like young. Yo, Logan
Yeah, Logan is what? Late 20s,
early
late
30s.
20s. Yeah,
Yeah,
late early 30s. Cause her and Pierre get a little gap, like 3 to 5
maybe.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Cause
tough.
even like think about Pierre, I was like, I don't know who would play Pierre. Actually, I do have an idea who could play Pierre, but sometimes he play like goofier roles. I have not seen him in like any serious roles, and I see his face because he was a guest star on one of the episodes of The Flash, and dang, I can't remember his name, but he also like doubles as a comedian, so maybe that's why I can't really see him being like
Mm.
sexy Pierre, but he fits the light skin beard team.
You know who would have been perfect, but they are older now? A Khadijah James version of Queen Latifah. Like when she played Khadijah James, and she was older in that. But I'm like, that's your body type, maybe a little darker. Perfect Bob. I mean, look at that hair.
Uh,
Physical wise, she's perfect, but I'm
I
like,
would. Well, Queen Latifah need a little bit more booty because when I think of Logan, I'm thinking bye bye.
no, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm thinking bye
I'm like,
bye.
you need you a tall, thick stallion.
Because Logan wasn't short.
No. I'm like, she's more mid-sized, maybe
Five
like a
seven.
Beyonce. I was gonna say like a Beyonce height, because I know Beyonce is like 5'9", which is tall, I guess tall for a woman.
That's
So
tall
maybe,
as
yeah,
hell
maybe
for
like
a
a
woman.
5'7".
Oh, no, it's tall.
Huh?
I said yeah, 5'9" tall for a
I
woman.
know for women, I tall and short is relative to me. Sugar, I'm 5'3". Everything's tall to me.
Oh, okay. I don't wanna. Let's see who we should touch next. I kind of want to go and jump to the duology of Raised by Wolves and No Longer Afraid, and those are 4.75 stars for me. I ain't gonna hold you.
I don't disagree with you. The fucking plot twist at the end threw me. I was ready to throw that fucking book, honey. I was like, I know you didn't just do this to me.
Cause you were, cause we were there. We were there when
We were.
when
I'm
it
like,
released, and then we had to wait for the second book.
listen, if you followed any of the roses in the Rose story, I'm talking about from the very first book, Deuces Wild, Ace.
Mm-hmm.
What was I? Now you got me. I'm stuttering, baby. I can't even remember the name of the damn
Reinvention
book.
of a Rose, Unbroken. You talk about Anti Up and
Anti
Deuces
Up. I'm like,
Wild.
I'm looking at the cover and I can see it. I'm like, from Annie Up all the way down to Reinvention of the Rose to the last few Rose books. I'm like, if you've been there and you followed this journey, the universe that she's built around these roses, and then to throw in the MCs and the predators and how that connect. Oh,
Cause
oh, we
yeah,
gotta
I
talk.
was that's why I was saying like let's go backwards. Let's go backwards
Yeah,
because
we can do it.
and then we can
You
save
want to
like
go through the full
WAWG and
universe?
Friction for at the end since they're the new ones.
Yeah.
But what I love about No Longer Afraid and Raised by Wolves is that the covers are actual people she hired. That she had
Mm,
like video rollouts, and
mm,
although they don't fit exactly the description in the book, you can't help but picture these two because of the aura
yeah.
they bring through the book cover. And this is why I say the girls are not doing it. Y'all are having every excuse in the book not to put 100% into your craft.
I was gonna say, yeah, no, she humanized her characters in a way that you're really drawn to them.
Especially as a, and then she has a major trigger in them, and I
Yeah.
wasn't triggered. I think she handled it well. Now, if you are in a space where you're not in a certain healed space and you are a sexual assault victim, I
Yes.
would put caution. But if you're in a better space, she does this very well. She handles it very well because it's something, and it's on both ends for both characters.
Mm-hmm.
And she handles things in a certain way, and you really don't have any sympathy for the quote unquote enemies in the book, especially if you read all the other books. We kind of brought up the connector with Catch Me If You Can
Yeah.
from the other ones, and so these are all like connected.
Yes. What I appreciate, and I'm cool with you putting both of those at a 4.75. I say just go ahead and do it, sister. They deserve.
Because listen, they technically might be a five.
They absolutely could be, and I'm not even gonna hold you. Um,
I'm gonna put them at five because
okay, well, let's do it.
now
But what
I
I
think I think after like the big hype of it, like people don't maybe not think of it as a five, but most people. What I'm realizing now, a lot of people jump to CCJ. They jump right into some of her newer books, and so they don't actually understand kind of the. That's why people like, oh, what should I be like? Start like in 2017. Nigga. I ain't gonna hold you because once you get to the newer books, you can't. The payoff doesn't feel as good.
I'm gonna tell you like this: nobody should be reading CCJ without going to the Heights first, and that's always been
Mm.
my opinion. That's always going to be my opinion. I
Mm-hmm.
think I've told you I have a whole theory when CCJ is ready to jump into a new universe and really revitalize her writing. She always goes to the Heights first. The Heights is home for her. It's a comfort for her.
So I
She
wonder.
I'm like, you gotta start there, babe. You have to.
And so
It's
now it
important.
makes me wonder with the Beauty and the Beast retelling, is it gonna be set in the Heights?
I don't know. I don't think so. Because think about her last book. Definitely not think. Where was that at?
Oh, that was in the Heights. You right. Never mind. All right.
I rest my case.
I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you
But
when you're
what
right.
what I was gonna say was what I appreciate, especially through this series, through all of the roses, and even Raised by Wolves and the Predator series. The epitome or the way that she writes a strong woman, you have to think all of these women in these stories are all strong women. They're all
Mm-hmm.
incredibly, and all of her characters have a strong presence. But the way that she writes these women, these are women who've been through traumatic experiences
Mm-hmm.
and are extremely strong.
Mm-hmm.
And she writes it in a way that they're strong, but they're equally vulnerable, and it humanizes them in a way. Because when people write strong women, it's these brassy, ballsy, tough girls who have no humanity. To me, sometimes when we're right, especially Black women, and you're writing the strength of Black women, you put us in tropes, you put us in stereotypes. She writes these women. Yes, they're strong, but they're vulnerable. They're real women. You can see the humanity in them. They're flawed individuals, and I appreciate that, especially through this series with the context of the way she's writing the roses and what's going on and the type of decision these women have to make in these books from Auntie up all the way down. All of
Mm-hmm.
these women are they're making really strong, tough decisions, and they're living a particular life that to see them as soft and vulnerable is important to me, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that's why these are some of our favorite books.
I agree. Because I think if we go back from No Longer Afraid, Raised by Wolves, you go into the Vegas Night series, and I
Mm-hmm.
think this, what I enjoyed is, especially with the first book, with Denver. That's my favorite one out of it. It's the vulnerability, with the man. Hold on, let me
Mm-hmm.
see. Well,
Yes.
which one is the first one? Is it maybe next time?
Let's see.
It's maybe, I think maybe next time is the first one.
Yes. Maybe next time is the first. Maybe this time is the second, and then maybe one more time is the third.
Okay, so maybe next time I think I will put it at 4.25.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's my favorite one out of the trilogy because like I don't do second chance romance in real life, but I do like it in books.
See, see, I feel that. I feel that because I hate second chance romances. Those are my least favorite trope in any book. It is
And
my least. I can't stand. No, you don't get a second chance for what? For what? ¿Por qué no?
and can okay, maybe this time is the friends to lovers one
Yes.
between Des and what's his face. I mean,
Right.
this was cool, but I think they both were slow. And so for me, this could be a 3.75 and I'd be fine. But for you, what do you think?
I don't know. It's fine. Kind of floats between the 3.75 and a 4 for me.
Okay.
But it's just because no, you know what? I'm okay with it being a 3.75. Let me because you're not gonna agree with me. Blue is a 4. Blue is
I would give Blue a 4. I
I
mean,
was
I
gonna
like
give him
him
a
as a character.
2.5, but I digress. It's just her little tiny little jaunts into erotic elements and BDSM elements when she places in her book are so well done. I'm like
Hmm.
that's why I'm like I need her to do a full one. I need you to give me a full erotica novel, not a novella, not a novelette. I need a full. What do you know, sister? You know something.
Well,
You well researched in some of these things. That whole rose quartz nipple clamps and stuff that you had in that book, sister. Tell me some more about these characters. Like I'm like, no, I'm like the way she places them in are so well placed. I'm like,
hmm
she can really truly write a full, like you said, she can write a full erotica, and it's not smut. And I appreciate smut. I'm a smut reader. I
and
love me a good smut.
I think what makes the book with Blue good
Mm-hmm.
is, one, it connects us back to Denver in the first book. It connects us,
Mm-hmm.
um back to Antioch because Antioch is the start of Vegas. It's
Yes,
the
it
start
does.
of Vegas. And then it was a mutual beneficial, like I think it was that duology, then mutual beneficial arrangement. And so I like how his character is consistent from his novella into his side character in No
Mhm.
Longer Afraid and Raised by Wolves. It's consistent.
Yeah.
Sadly, I mean, it's good because she knows her character, but Blue is annoying. Oh my god!
I hate to say it and tell on myself in this manner, but I love me a good asshole.
Right, right,
I live for a good asshole.
right.
So
Yeah.
sometimes it'd be like, yeah, I get it, he's annoying, but I live for good because he's an asshole.
I think what I loved about Blue is that he was a good brother. He
Yes,
was
he
a good
was.
brother. He was a good brother. And that's what redeemed his character for me because I was like, also I understood his I gave him grace with his world shattered when he realized who his dad was and was not.
Mm-hmm.
And so you
Mm-hmm.
have put your father as a, a man, like you're now in your like mid 30s almost.
Yeah.
Like, and his death was some, it's just, I get it. I'm gonna give him a little grace.
And I was gonna say too, you have to think he's been placed in a position of power prematurely. That boy
Correct.
will take over that motorcycle club. And I don't
Correct.
know a whole lot about motorcycle clubs, but they sound very much like a gang. So I'm like, bruh man was put in a position where he didn't think he was gonna have to take over that quickly.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
now we go to the roses. We go to
period.
roses. The first one was reinvention of a rose. That's Dacia in Isaiah, right? Is it
No,
Dacia?
no,
No, that's
reinvention
Tempest.
Rose Tempest. And I'm gonna fight for my girl. Cause that's the best story out of all the roses separate from Ace. She has the best story. And I will argue anybody down about it. This trade, I'm like, I think in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
the way she's written, she's most like Ace, right?
The crazy
It,
part is I reread this last year and it's not coming. I don't know if it's because Dacia shows up so much in the other books that I
yeah.
remember her the best.
Oh, Tempest moves to the Heights. So funny enough,
That's why I
reinvention of
was
a
confused why
rose,
this was in Vegas because I was like I knew somebody was
right?
in Heights.
This really technically needs to be in the Heights more than it
Mm.
needs to be in Vegas because it's not a Vegas story. It has Vegas characters, but it's not a Vegas story. It's really a Heights story.
Okay, I
But
thought so.
what I really appreciate and respect about Tempest's story
Does she
was,
start a store or something?
yeah, remember she ends up owning the candle shop. Yes,
Okay. Okay.
yes.
Okay, I
And she
can now
falls for the
fight for
tattoo
Tempest.
artist.
I can now fight for Tempest. Okay.
Right. So I'm like, nah, my girl, I really feel like out of the roses and coming off the heels of Annie Up and Deuces Wild, which is
She connected it to the Heights.
she did, but in a way that doesn't. Part of it is it feels like a height story, but it's not a height story, which is
Mm-hmm.
why it's fallen in the Vegas story. It's not a height story. This is a far departure from what the heights kind of look and sound like, and it's in the heights and you can see the heights around her, but the relationship that she has to the heights and how it's the story is about a reinvention from
Mm-hmm.
something very traumatic into something else and her trying to live a civilian life that she's not used to.
And then
Ah,
that's why they know now it's connecting again. That's how they can tell, like, oh yeah, I know a person who can cover up your thorns and roses because
yes,
that's how. Okay, you
yes.
know what? I think still I can see it at a 4. I can see it at a 4.
I wanted it at 4.25 and I really wanted it at a 4.5. That is my personal rating because it's
We
one
can
of
do
my.
it at 4.25.
I'm like, I want to see it at a 4.25, but
Okay,
I'm like, because
fight for your
I
girl.
really, I feel like what a way to really reintroduce the roses in a way
Mm-hmm.
that stops looking at them as a weapon and starts humanizing them. And she does it
Mm-hmm.
really well with Dasha. She does it well with Tristan, I think was one of the names of the other characters.
Yeah, yeah. Tristan is the last one.
Or is it, I don't think, maybe that's not his name. I mean,
There
child.
is a Tristan in here.
I feel like Tristan is the main male character in Reinvention of a Rose.
Hold on, let me go. Let me go back to her stuff. I must have exited off of it. Um yeah. Do. Let's go to her catalog because on a catalog on her other site, being Mrs. Jones, she has the couple's names. Let me
Got
find it. Yep, it's Tempest and Tristan. And then
Hmm.
the next one is the Unbroken Rose with Dacia and Isaiah. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. I it was cool. I don't think I care for their relationship for real.
I'm like I like that she got her own story, and I can appreciate her her getting humanized, and I like the connection back to her being the one to write the story, and her exploring her writing gift outside of being a weapon. But after the first one, after Tempest story, the two books behind it, because there's the Unbroken Rose, which is book 3 in that series, but
Mm-hmm.
the Rose that got away is book 2.
Mm-hmm.
Another Rose story in that. I'm like, those two, they didn't, as much as I appreciate the stories, they didn't capture my eye quite like that first one did. And so both of them could be,
I also put 3.5. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I, hey, sister, I'm okay with
Okay.
that.
Because the
we
Unbroken Rose is let me go back so I don't misquote who the people is. Tamra and Wilder.
That's the Rose that got away. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dasha, and then
Yeah. I don't know, cause I was like, I don't know why I didn't like care for their pairing. I thought I don't know if it's dude, cause don't we meet Isaiah and Deuce's Wild at first?
I don't think so.
I don't know why I placed Isaiah. And here's the thing, I guess
We
because in Deuce's Wild, Dacia seemed like a petite baby, like versus
no,
like the fact that she was probably more like 20 something, but she felt so much like younger, and then Isaiah feels such like a grown man.
right.
It didn't compute in my head, and maybe that's a me thing.
No, I think that too goes back into the trauma and the way they've, because remember, she's supposed to be like a sex kitten, but they also, her mama protected her, so she, like, if I remember from Deuces Wild into the Unbroken Rose, the and I don't want to give the book away too much, but also, if you ain't read these goddamn books, what is your problem?
They probably knew to the game, we're gonna let them have it.
Fair, but also I need y'all to get on it because y'all are missing out some quality content. But the storyline from Dasha or Daisha and who she was, and to then, I think that's part of the story arc for her. She was
Mm-hmm.
infantilized a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She was also used as a sex kitten. Well, I mean, in fairness too, I think in Deuces Wild we see her from Ace's perspective, and she's
Mm-hmm.
truly infantilized in Ace's perspective. Ace still see her as a little girl, and so she
And
gets
maybe
this.
that's the problem. Maybe
Yeah.
that's the problem because a lot of
Hmm.
we introduced to her through Ace's viewpoint,
Yes.
and so I think yeah.
When you get to her book, I don't know that she's broken out of that mold yet.
Mm,
I think
yeah.
she's still working through that, which is why it could come across that she looks so much, or she appears so much younger, that there's a large age gap between them, when really it's
It's
not.
probably not.
I'm like, they grew up together, and so
Yeah.
the story behind the two of them is that they grew up together. They were in the Roses and Thorns together,
Right.
so they're about the same age.
Right.
But whereas he was used as a true machine, she was,
Used in
and
another way.
yeah, I'm like, she was infantilized and used as a little tiny puppet.
Hmm. So I mean that brings us to Annie Up and to Swell. Annie Up 5 star for me. But
I
I
knew,
can you can take
like,
me down to a 4.75. But this
no,
was a
I think Anti Up is a 5 star. I think um you have, I'm looking at these through the lens of the location, but also in her catalog, because
mm-hmm.
Anti Up comes off the heels of her first jaunts into suspense, which is the Catch Me series, or the If
Mm-hmm.
You Can series, and then Anonymous Act. So Anti Up comes quite literally off the heels of those.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've ever read them or you read CCJ in order when she was releasing things, like every time she released something, I was buying it. It was a one click. And so when I read it, I was like, oh, this is way. I was expecting something completely different, and I got different. And so
Hmm.
I don't know. Anti Up is definitely a five
And
star.
Asha is a bad mama jam. Okay,
She
yes,
is,
Kingston is my man, but
but Asha's the star of that show.
if she was to run up on me and be like, "That's my man," I'd be like, "He sure is, girl. Have fun."
Like Asha truly, and you know Asha's character in conjunction with the women in Kingston's life, because again you're going off the two because these are part of the duology almost. You have Ace, who is quite literally his security guard, but his right hand woman. And so you see the comparison between, and not that you can make the comparison, they're two different women, but you see Ace versus Asha, and you're like, yeah, yeah, she can hold her own against you, sister. And I'm like, you skilled, you whoops ass, but Asha ain't nothing to play with. Don't get it twisted. So I live for a good bad bitch
And
who's
Deuce is and Deuce is wild. The runner, funny enough, I don't reread it as much as Anti Up,
no.
and which is crazy because that's how we get kind of the rest of these.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm fine if it's at like a 4 or 4.25.
I was gonna be generous and say it's a 4.5, but I'm okay with 4.25. You let me know.
Yeah, I think
I'm
so
not.
because, and it's crazy because I do typically like an enemies to romance, but they weren't really enemies. Like they, she just didn't know feelings.
I'm gonna tell you why I think it's a 4.5.
Okay,
One scene and one scene only.
so but the one with her friend.
No, where he fucking pours that water on her, he goes, "You're not a robot." When they it's towards the end where they because I don't in like the roses they use music or sound to
Yeah,
mind fuck them, and he like literally I forgot how the scene goes. I forgot how it like, but I
mind you, at that point, I think that food was shot.
mm-hmm, but
But
it
you
was
know
a
what?
life or
I
death scene,
also, but
baby.
you know what? Why we have to? You know what? I can also agree. This may needs to be 4.5 because we are introduced to the doctor who's the
Yeah,
friend that is the
his baby mama.
private celebrity. The all of that.
And what a messy way that comes out. That could have ended up so messy in the way she wrote it. And
You
how, because
know.
I,
Yeah.
yeah, give it a 4.5 for it. It
Yeah.
deserves.
You know what? And then I was thinking about this with King of Hearts. Is it King of Hearts is where we get Kingston's sister and Trey? Is it King of Hearts?
Mm-hmm.
I because I've been trying to figure out which was it that we get. What was her name? Zariah.
We also get Camille, which is Asha's best friend,
And
and
oh
owner
boy.
of the owner of Dream.
You know what? I think I need to revisit that because I think I would appreciate it more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm up to saying 3.75 4. And this
Oh, yeah,
yeah, because I just haven't read it recently, but I think it is a good side.
yeah.
Now,
I think it's
high
a segue.
stakes holiday, I don't remember
Which one is High Stakes Holiday?
because I remember reading the Valentine one, which was but like high stakes
This
holiday.
chick is making noise, Charles.
I don't hear it. A very quick series check-in and few of our favorite couples from the high stakes series: Kingston, Asha, Alicia and Cree, and Zora and Trey. Zora, that's what her name was.
Mm-hmm. And that was an age gap too, because Zora's older than Trey.
Right. So high stakes holiday. Okay, apparently. Okay, so high stakes. Okay, high stakes one is NT up. High stakes two is technically King of Hearts. I'm Yeah, King and Asha, Jackson and Camille, Trey and Zora, three couples, 3 days. Maybe I should read that tomorrow since it is the holiday. Um,
Nothing
I
wrong with
see the high stakes 3.1 high stakes holiday is 24 pages. Just a quick.
it. Mm.
So should we just put it at like a 3.2, 3.5? Because clearly we don't remember it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm or I'm
Um,
like, I know I own it.
I do
I,
feel like I read it, but like it's not, coming.
yeah.
Okay, so now we get to the latest in a Vegas series. We have which one? Okay, it's behind this. Oh, it's behind the lines first, right?
Um,
Let me
let's.
look it up because the first one is us catching up with our booze from behind the scenes, the little sister.
Yes, yes. So behind the lines is first.
Why is it behind the lines?
Okay. So you have behind the lines. Beneath the fame is two, and beyond the screen is three.
Okay. You know what? A lot of people didn't care for behind the screen, but I liked it. I don't
I
know.
enjoyed it.
I that one may still be one of my. I just okay. I think it was one of my favorites because I wanted more from it because I was like, this could have been a full book.
It could have. It could have. Here's the thing. I think she can actually go in and explore WAG or WAWG
Mm-hmm.
as a whole universe.
Oh yeah, because remember
And
WAWG came through Nubia.
it did. So it's her network that remember because you're because there's so much in that particular network. Because remember that was where Will. This is going into the Connecticut King series.
Oh, Will and them.
And Ramsey were
Mm-hmm.
under that network, and then Nubia ended up buying the network. Because remember,
Correct.
it was supposed to be a black owned network, and then
Mm-hmm.
white people was running that network, and they was fucking that network up.
Girl, I'm looking at other people who have interacted with because Storygraph, you see who else of your friends have interacted with the book, and somebody gave it a 1.5 and somebody gave it a 3.0 or 3.0 behind the lines. I liked Elodie. I think what messed people up coming from behind the scenes, they thought it was gonna be another behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Versus this is years after behind the scenes, and a lot more has transpired between Elodie and Shaw.
but what I can appreciate is Elodie's humanity because we see Elodie as his little sister. This is
Mm-hmm.
Elodie's story. This is what Elodie is experiencing,
Mm-hmm.
and the maturity in which she's responded to things versus when she was 22 and first
Mm-hmm.
getting this role.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I'm as an actor
Mm-hmm.
and somebody wanting to be in the acting world, how she wrote out what it means for Elodie to be in the spotlight the way that she is, having being a nepotism baby and
Mm-hmm.
her skill set not being taken seriously, even though she seems to be a really great actress. So I like the way this felt like true. You're really getting truly behind the scenes of what it means to be in this world. So I
Mm-hmm.
think these to me are 4 stars. All of them you can 4.5, 4.9, 4.5, but you can put them at 3.75, 4 star. I'm like, all of these are really, really great introductions to I don't know. I feel like but I think Beneath the Fame might be my favorite because I've been waiting for a story from Vanity.
When did we get introduced to Vanity through Mahogany Heights, isn't it?
I feel like she was one of the. I think she was in the Heights
Yeah.
originally. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
It seemed
she's
like some people like this one better than the first one because the same person who rated the first one a 1.0, they rated the second one 3.75.
which is why I'm like it's a trip to me because everybody kind of knows Vanity, and to get to see her story and know about her a little bit more was exciting for people, which it bothers me that y'all don't like Elodie. Is why are we treating Elodie like this? And
I
I like
don't
all.
know. I think what made me, I think I liked Alec because Alec was a new person that we haven't, and that may be the reason why I like Beyond the Screen because like we really don't. No, Charlotte and Nolan are so new. It was good to, although we love to visit our faves,
Yes,
but I
absolutely.
liked how Charlotte and Nolan still fit in the world. We only knew about Charlotte and Nolan from the first one.
hmm Okay, so I'm gonna break it down like this. You got Elodie and Shaw, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't think people appreciated the fact that they have their own story, and you get to see them as not just Pierre's little sister and the boy he hired to be her lover in the book, but as two human beings. And so maybe
Mm-hmm.
y'all need to go back and reread that to appreciate it. But the reason why they like Alec and Vanity is or Vanessa, excuse me, is because number one, Alex knew, but he's like, if you will, the Michael B. Jordan of the world. Like where he's like looked at as a corny actor, but he's very good looking and we like him because he's a good guy. And he's like, no, I like hot girls. And so you kind of get to see, I don't know, a Megan Thee Stallion esque rapper with a Michael B. Jordan. That's how I look at it, at least.
Or really, yeah, yeah.
And
Cause
then you
it,
get new characters, and I don't know. I think it's a really really great. I think it's a nice trilogy. Y'all some haters. I'm gonna say it.
so are we? So what? So we thinking 4 star or?
I think 4 star. I think those are really great introductions to what can be a full universe on its own later.
Mm-hmm.
I think she could revisit that world and really pull people in. I'm telling y'all now, a couple years from now, y'all gonna be reading CCJ and y'all gonna be like, dang, these was really good books. We should have listened to them. You should have. You should have.
Because I'm trying to think, do I really put these on the same level as relationship goals? And I might,
I would.
I might.
I would.
And then we have our last one. We have friction.
I liked Friction, not as much as I thought I was gonna like Friction.
Yeah.
And I'm like I've kind of sat with Friction from the beginning. Again, being a Patreon member and getting exclusives, I've seen from when she prior to her changing it. So I'm like I've seen it from the original, how she was raw writing the real story, and I think she needs to explore that universe again. I like the spiritual elements she added to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be ahead of its time.
Mm.
I do. I think
I
that
mean,
there's
same thing happened with Wonder.
yeah, I'm like I think it's a little ahead of its time. That kind of spiritual element that she added to it, that connection, that those spiritual gifts, those abilities. There's gonna be more people writing that in the future, and your people are gonna come back to this and be like, damn, she was writing this like this? Yes. Yes. That's what really hyped me to the book was, oh, hold on. Oh, you writing about something I'm interested in. Tell me more. And I don't know. I feel like I didn't get a fullness of that. And I
Mm-hmm.
think also it's a very short book. My gripe with that book is that it's short.
I was
It,
gonna say, like, even with like seeing my man in it, you know what I'm saying? I don't I I don't see myself saying, let me go reread
hmm
Friction. Like not right now. I don't see that.
hmm
And so for me, it may be more of a 3.75.
I think, and I think that's being generous. I was going to say a 3.5.
Okay,
Um,
I didn't want to be too mean. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no. I think that's fair. I think at some point it's going to hit different. And when
mm-hmm.
we're going to reread it and be like, damn,
Yeah.
we were so mean to this book. But and I'm like, because Blue is in there. You have the Drakes are in there, and I'm like, there's a lot happening in that book, and I really want to root for that book because I think it's a really good book. I just it hasn't sat with me the way some of these other books have.
Mhm.
I think I probably need to reread it at a later date. It won't be anytime soon, but I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna reread that and I'm gonna really explore it.
Well, this is our tier list, y'all.
Before we finish, I think you should move Wonder up even more.
Now you think we should?
Yeah. You can go ahead. It could be its solo 4.75. Go ahead, put it up there. It's just,
Really?
friend. In conversation with a lot of the books that we've been talking about, especially in this particular series of books,
Mhm.
I don't know that stands in a lane of its own.
It does. And I have to agree with you on that one because Wonder is, and I was looking at the covers with Wonder and Friction, and they have the same vibe of this like, and they're both this purplish vibe. I think they're both ahead of their time, and
And
so
this, thank you for
and
speaking.
so I think this, and purple is such a like spiritual color too. So like I'm yeah. Yeah, I think especially I think even like in recent, like I said recently, CCJ has recently reread Wonder herself, and she was like, "Damn, I was writing down." I'm like, "Yes, nigga, like
Yeah,
um." And so, although I have some critiques of it, I think with how, because what
yeah.
Wonder would be like 7 years old this year.
Wow.
Yeah, because I think it came out 2018, 2019. So it'll be
Yeah.
7 years old. And yeah, I think I think honestly, I'm satisfied with this.
No, I love it. I live for it. At some point, Reverie is gonna, or not Reverie. That was the that's the name of that's the name of the series. I think it's under.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's gonna create a series out of that. Friction
Mm-hmm.
is the book. I think Friction is going to be once she
Oh,
comes back to that. I think Friction is gonna be a launch pad for something in that world. I'm like she left that
mm-hmm.
open, so I think at
Mm-hmm.
some point Friction is going. It's gonna really hit different, and I look forward to being wrong about that book and my
Yeah.
low rating for it currently.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
Yeah. I just think it was too short for those of us
Yes,
who've been in the CCJ universe and to see all those people. It was like there should be more.
I'm like, and I think part of it is at the time that she wrote that, I was yearning for a book from her. I'm like, she hadn't, and I know a lot was going on with her
Mm-hmm.
personally. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I think this is her first book postpartum,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. I'm like, this is her
Mm-hmm.
first book postpartum, and so I'm like, I know there were some things going on, and I'm not rushing her or asking her to hurry up and write a book, but I'm like, when I got something new from her, it's almost like getting something from Beyonce, and I ain't trying to be funny, but it's like, oh, Beyonce dropped me something new. Hold on, bitch. And so I was yearning for a book from her and to get something, and I'm like, I really love the way the story is flowing. To get it so compact, I'm like, sister, you could have given me 400 pages and it still wouldn't have felt like it was enough. I would have been satisfied more, but it doesn't feel like it was enough.
Yeah. And we're done. We are done with this with
What
Cali and
pretty.
Vegas. I think I will do we want to save Mahogany Heights for last, or do we want to do
Yes.
okay. So next
Yes.
week we'll be back with like everybody else. So like Texas,
Yes.
Connecticut Kings.
Georgia's in there a little bit. I think
Yeah,
there's
Georgia.
books in Georgia, but yeah, we'll do everybody else, and then we'll because the height. I feel like the height. We might fight in the heights.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
We might fight in the heights because I got some things to say and I got
Yeah.
some books to defend.
Yeah, yeah. Cause the
Oh,
heist is full of the smaller books, and so it's so many of them.
it
The
is. It's
Heights is 30 some books by
not.
itself, like not even adding. Cause I think it's Wake Falls is the one of the Thanksgiving books that I'll put Under the
Yes,
Heights, but like the Mahogany Heights is
vast.
huge,
I'm like, that's part
huge.
of her biggest. That's the biggest part of her catalog because you
Yeah,
have all of her old heights, which is 6 books. Then you have new heights. Then you have new heights. I'm like,
Private Agenda.
oh, I forgot about.
Because
Oh,
just based off this 2022 version, it's 20 by itself,
yeah,
and there's been some books since then. So,
yes. Oh, I
so
look forward to this.
yeah. So thanks for joining us, y'all. I know, you know, I know we just been sitting up here yapping. Some of y'all be like, "What is y'all even like talking about for?" Real?" Like we go on tangents, but hopefully you guys enjoyed or are enjoying this tier ranking. It's something different,
Yeah,
And we've been saying we're gonna do this for like a while, but I don't remember the date. I think we said like the 17th. I don't know.
yeah.
Next Tuesday is the
Is
next
everything
time
else?
we'll be live. So y'all have time to catch up, share this video with others, and yeah,
Please give it a like. If y'all like
yes,
and enjoy us yapping, please give us a like. Please comment in here. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us your tier ranking.
yeah.
Please.
Tell us your 5 stars.
Yes, please do. And also, if there's some books that y'all want us to read, let us know. Recommend some stuff because maybe we'll get on here and yap some more in the future. Who knows?
Hmm.
Maybe we won't stop at CCJ. Maybe we'll yap some more.
I
Tell
think
us
I,
if you
I
like
think if
it.
I think the next author, if we were to do somebody, would probably be Casey Mills.
Period.
Easily,
Period. I have
easily.
some to say about Miss Casey Mills. Y'all know that's my girl. I live for her. I love her urban romance, baby. Casey Mills can do an urban like nobody else. I don't care
I'm
what
trying
y'all,
to tell you.
honey. That is the queen of the urban books. Say what you
Okay,
want.
but all right, y'all.
Thank you for
Bye.
watching.